Hi everyone! Today we're going to explore one of the craziest what-if questions ever. What would happen if Earth suddenly stopped spinning? Buckle up, because it would change absolutely everything. Right now, Earth spins once every 24 hours. That's why we have day and night. At the equator, this spin is super fast, about 1,670 kilometers per hour, or more than 1,000 miles per hour. We don't feel it because everything, the land, the oceans, the atmosphere, and us, are all moving together. But what if, in a single moment, that spin just stopped? If Earth stopped instantly, everything on the surface would keep moving at that crazy speed. Buildings, cars, people, even the oceans, all would be flung eastward at over 1,000 miles per hour. Imagine the biggest, most destructive wind and tsunami ever, on a global scale. Cities would be wiped out in seconds. The oceans wouldn't stay where they are. They'd surge toward the poles because Earth's rotation normally creates a bulge of water at the equator. Without spin, that bulge collapses. The equator would dry out, while water would flood the Arctic and Antarctic, creating two giant oceans around the poles. Many continents near the equator would become vast deserts. The air around us is spinning too. If Earth suddenly stopped, the atmosphere would keep rushing eastward, creating winds stronger than any hurricane ever measured. Entire forests would be flattened, and nothing could stand against them. Rotation gives us 24-hour days. If Earth stopped, one side of the planet would face the sun constantly, while the other would face endless night. Half of Earth would bake under never-ending daylight, while the other froze in eternal darkness. Life as we know it could not survive this imbalance. But there's a twist. Earth wouldn't stop moving around the sun. We'd still orbit, but without daily spin, each day would last 6 months. Imagine 6 months of blazing heat, followed by 6 months of freezing cold. Only a narrow strip of land between the scorched and frozen sides might stay habitable. Right now, Earth's spin makes it slightly squashed, wider at the equator. If rotation stopped, gravity would slowly pull Earth into a more perfect sphere. This would reshape coastlines and shift the weight of oceans even further toward the poles. The spinning of Earth's molten iron core helps create our magnetic field, the shield that protects us from deadly solar radiation. If Earth stopped spinning, over time, the magnetic field might weaken or collapse, leaving Earth exposed to harmful solar winds. Could humans survive this? Not in the way we live today. Most of the planet would be uninhabitable. Maybe underground shelters, artificial lighting, and massive technology could help. But civilization would never be the same. Life would be forced into small safe zones, or maybe even off the planet. Now, don't worry. There's no chance Earth will just stop spinning. The only way would be an unimaginable force, like a collision with a planet-sized object. What if Earth didn't stop spinning instantly, but instead slowed down gradually over the course of a single day? What would that mean for life, the air we breathe, and the plants that make it possible? If the planet started to slow, days would quickly grow longer. First 30 hours, then 50, then 100 hours, until eventually, one side of Earth faced the sun for months at a time. At first, it might not feel dramatic, but soon, daylight would last much longer than we're used to. Plants and animals rely on the rhythm of day and night, called the circadian cycle. With endless sunlight, plants would photosynthesize non-stop at first, but too much heat and evaporation would stress them. On the dark side, plants would wither without light, producing less oxygen. Plants are Earth's oxygen factories. With one side in permanent day, plants might actually burn out or dry up, while the night side would stop producing oxygen entirely. And because carbon dioxide would build up, humans and animals would find it harder to breathe. On the sun-facing side, temperatures would rise higher and higher. turning many regions into deserts. On the dark side, temperatures would plunge far below freezing. The twilight zone between day and night might be the only livable strip of land. The atmosphere wouldn't slow at the same rate as the ground. That means massive winds would also sweep the planet as the air kept moving faster than the surface. Over time, new weather patterns would form, superheated storms on the day side and permanent blizzards on the night side. As Earth's rotation slowed, the bulge of water at the equator would shift. Oceans would start to flood the poles, while equatorial regions dried out. Places that are now lush rainforests could become barren, while new seas would form in the north and south. Life might adapt. Certain desert plants can survive long days of sunlight, and deep-sea creatures wouldn't notice the difference. But crops we rely on, like wheat, rice, and corn, would struggle, threatening global food supplies. Humans might survive only in the borderlands between hot and cold, using technology to grow food indoors and produce oxygen and reduce carbon dioxide artificially. Eventually, Earth would stop spinning entirely. Each day would last a year, 6 months of blazing sun, followed by 6 months of freezing dark. Without rotation, Earth's magnetic field might also weaken, leaving us exposed to harmful solar radiation. So here's my question for you. If you had to choose, would you rather live on the hot side of Earth, the frozen side, or the tiny strip in between? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.